Welcome back, folks. You're listening to Love is in the Airways on Paisley FM. My name's Terry McTiernan. Next up, I'm joined in the studio by Paul Cardonna. Hi, Paul.
All right, mate.
How we doing?
Aye, all right.
Are you feeling the love this afternoon?
Aye.
Super. Before we move on to why you're here, any special message for your missus?
I just tell her that I love her for putting up with me for all these years.
How long have you been together?
No, I've lost count.
How long have you been married, though?
2 years.
2 years. Is it 2 years
this
already?
Year. 2 year this year.
Fantastic. I'm sure you're feeling the love, Laura, if you're listening to Paul this afternoon. So, Paul, the Good Ideas Fund, tell us all about it.
Well, it's people come for Ferguslie, can put in for up to £5,000, and it's to help boredom, loneliness, isolation and mental health.
Fantastic. So is that up to £5,000?
Yes.
But if you had an idea that perhaps wouldn't
Yep.
cost as much as that, you could
Aye.
apply as well?
Yep. Like for talk's sake, they could have put in for, if somebody wanted to put in for a street party, just try to get people out their houses, back at the houses after this lockdown.
Certainly, we're all looking from afar into Ferguslie during the last lockdown. There seemed to be loads going on, the bingo bus, street parties, street sloshies and things like that. So this sounds like a fantastic idea to build on that momentum. Is that really the idea of it?
Aye.
Super. And have you had many applications?
I've had a couple, aye.
Okay.
Honest.
I think it was just the beginning of the week that it was launched in any
Yeah.
instance, wasn't it? So
Aye.
when's the closing date?
1st of March.
1st of March. And is there do you need to be a constituted group?
No,
Or?
you don't need to be a constituted group, so it's open to anybody. Get an application form through the Tannahill Centre Facebook page.
Brilliant. And is it one of these super complicated forms?
I could fill it in.
Oh, fantastic. Half the battle. As a person who spends half their life filling out funding application forms, it's always great to have a super easy one. Fantastic. How much does the fund have in total?
25,000.
Okay. And so presuming 5 organisations apply for £5,000, how do we decide?
Well, it goes to a panel, so
Okay. And how's that made up, Paul?
volunteers from the Ferguslies.
So it's actual volunteers from the community, local community members.
Yep.
Right, so I think the whole kind of reasoning behind the participatory budget is to allow local people to decide where money should be spent on local services. Is that really the? And do you meet regular?
Well, what I once a month, or depending on what we've got to talk about.
Okay, so the closing date's on the 1st of March. I presume you'll be meeting shortly after that to,
Yep.
I don't know, shortlist or decide depending on how many applications you've received. Brilliant, Paul. Thanks very much for coming in this afternoon. You got a wee special song there you'd like to pick for your lovely Laura?
Be Mine, David Gray.